Hi Kathy, hi Jen. I want to show you how much these grown-ups act like little freaking kids. They spread dog poop all over the place. Can you see it? These are grown-ups. These are America's finest here in the Capitol. Knock this all over. Can you see that all? These are grown-ups acting like children. As you can see, their place over there is destroyed because they don't know how to take care of their lives, as you can see. So they came over here and threw poopy all over the ground. They're acting like kindergartners. No, they're not misguided. They're mind melts. Kindergartners have more respect on life than these punks. Can you all see that? These are grown people. Look how they act. They act like children. Worse than children. They had to go over here, walk through that graveyard over there, and pick up poop. These are the people we deal with. They're supposed to be American grown-ups. Look how they act. Look how they act, folks. Then they knocked all this stuff in. These are DC's finest. That's how they act. Look at the stuff that they threw around there. See, well, you can guess who did that, Angel. I'm not gonna say their names. It's not worth it. That's how the kind of people we have to deal with. They're not even grown-ups. They're not even children. See that, Kim? These are supposed to be grown-ups. Yeah, knock that stuff in. I'm just going to show you all what they do around here. Look at their area over there. They can't even take care of their own frickin' area over there. It's all falling apart. And, they went in the graveyard, and that's what they did. Those are DC finest kind of people, huh? That's what they are here, folks. That's what we deal with. These are American people that act like trailer trash. No, they're worse than mine as children. That's the kind of people that we deal with. You know, all probably stormtroopers there. They're probably laughing. I'm laughing. This goes, you know, this shows the mentality of not even a human being. So that's why we got to deal with these kind of pinheads, folks. So I'll take the brunt, you know, no big deal. Yeah, they are, Christina. Now you know why he's got some ROs against him for little children. Two mothers don't want him near their children. You know, it just shows how sick they are. Well, you know, I don't know how they get the films from those buildings, but I know when Randy comes here, we'll point it out. I filmed it all as I got here. When Sherry and me pulled up, we noticed that these things were knocked over. And as I walked up, I could see the poopy on the ground. Maybe that's why they came over here and took a poop on the ground. I don't know. Yeah, that's right, 49. Well, Teresa, Kathy, if they would have thrown that at me, it would give me the right to go over there and bust their face and tear out their throats. Could have, WZ, could have fell out of poopy pants. Could have an opening there in his butt. You know, he's got so much crap coming out of his mouth, it's supposed to come out of his butt. So that's what we have to deal with. You know, a little trash. But it's no big deal. You know, I don't know what why they act that way. We don't do anything to them. But that's what Sherry and me have to put up with all the time. And that's what making me stay more and more. So I hope you're watching it there, Buffalo Butt Face. You walking piece of buffalo shit. Your whole body looks like buffalo poop. Buffalo Butt Face. You know, I've been holding back there, Pinhead. Anytime we can go over here, cops won't even see what's going on in that cemetery. Who cares how much you got paid? That's how they have to do things. They can't even bring anybody over there except for two retards. All the other people hate both of them. Well, they just showed you all what we have to deal with and how childish they are. Can't even act like grown-ups. Hi, Turbo. Sorry I didn't say hi to everybody. I was too busy showing you all the shit. Well, little Larry. So from now on, let's quit talking about the turds. They are what they are. We know what they are. Let's concentrate on the guys over there. And we'll set everything up, fix everything back the way it was. Show the city that we do everything peacefully and the right way. Well, let's stop talking about them. I just wanted to show everybody that was here what they did. Have a little rant for a while. Now it's time to focus on our guys, and we'll set everything up, and we'll fix it that way. I'm sorry, WZ. I didn't mean it for your kids. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have used that word. I'm just tweaking DC lingo again. It's too early. Randy and them just got here. We're gonna put everything up and straighten everything out. Well, let's quit talking about them. Let's what do you call it? Concentrate on our guys, and we'll go from there. They're just turned funny. We'll straighten it out. It's no big deal. Well, we're doing good there, Alabama. Thanks for coming on. Lona, thank you for coming on. I could say hi to the guys. They're right over there. Hi, Carol. Hi, Ann. Thanks for coming on tonight. There's the man, the myth, the legend, Jay Jones. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Patriot Grandma. Hi, Kathy. starting their car. I don't know why they need to warm their car up for. It's perfectly nice out here. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Grandma. I don't know, Kim, why they did that. Hi, Slim. No, I didn't see that deal there. Haven't seen that one, and I found another one somebody posted that I haven't seen before. Watch for your step. I filmed it all. It's childish. Below childish.
So they just spread dog shit all over the place.
Yeah, they're a bunch of children. If I had a broom and a dust deal, I'd put it right over there. Hi, Starlight. Wait till we got our stuff start setting up. Yeah, I seen that, Jay. Oh, they did my show. Well, let's keep it on her. Poopy ain't nothing. No, I wouldn't lower myself to that level. Well, if we had a broom and a dustpan, I would just take it over there. Well, I know she did it, Save. Let's don't put their names on here, please.
seated at your Father's right hand, forever pleading for the souls you've captured, forever watching as you call us home. There is no one else like you. There is no one like you, Lord. There is no one.
Watch out for the poopies. Yeah, the children were here earlier, I guess. Hi everybody, let me take you down here and show you where the guys are and everything. Thank you for coming, hashtag Freedom Corner. We'll get more stuff out here in a minute. Make it look pretty. Wrong side. Okay, folks, this is the detention center right here. Try not. They're on that first. Yes. Help Randy out. Where I was okay, our guys are on this first floor here by these windows here, the little windows, and then up here to some backward sevens. I don't film here because people like to wave flags, and some of the guys can look out the window and see the flags. When we get everything set up, we'll have pictures out front here. Out here, and then that's the administration building right there. That's where the real prisoners live. That's the medical center for the whole DC jail system. We play music loud for a while, and they'll have people talk down here by the speaker, or the j6ers will call in, and when that happens, I don't talk. So if you ask a question or something and I'm not answering, it's not that I'm ignoring you. You need to hear what they say. Then at 9 o'clock, we sing the national anthem with them. And then we do the roll. And then we sing God Bless the USA. I'm going to go help put the rest of the Junko.
I searched the world, but it couldn't fill me. Man's empty praise and treasures of fame are never enough. Then you came along and put me back together. And every desire is now satisfied here in your love. Hey. Oh, there's nothing better than you. There's nothing better than you. Lord, there's nothing. Nothing is better than you. Oh. Yes, I know it's true. Come on, tell 'em. Hey, I'm not afraid to show you my weakness, my failures and flaws. Lord, you've seen them all, and you still call me friend. 'Cause the God of the mountain,
2:12 right now. We haven't even started yet.
Thank you, Patriots, for joining us. We love you. Like, share, and subscribe. More importantly,
Hi,
share
Kayla.
this out.
Kate, Kat, Diane, Sweet Caroline, hi, Hossie, hi, Cowgirl, MGB, hi, Darlene. Hi, Stu. We got it cleaned up. Everything's okay, folks. Hi, G-Pass. Hi, Diane. Hi, Teresa. All the way, airborne. Hi, Marlene. Am I in the doghouse? I forgot to say hi and goodbye to you last night. I was dealing with the sound so everybody could hear what was going on. Hi, Penny. Hi, Lee. We should. It ain't nothing. We're okay, folks. Hi, Kuyang. forget, you can write these guys at patriotmailproject.com. They do like letters. I tell you, folks, they can't get enough letters. If you want to learn about them, go on wearegoodmen.com. Learn about them, put a name to the face. Go on Mama Mickey's site, forashley.com. Has a lot of links on there. Hi, Navy Mom. And you can learn about all kinds of stuff that you need to do, or if you can do, to get the word out. We're not even going to deal with it there, Baylor. It's over with. Just hope I can get some screenshots, and I'll put them on my Getter page along with some other things that I have about them, and show the world what kind of trash lives here in Washington, D.C. That's all I want to talk about. Let's keep on with our guys and gals. Today is 741 days, I believe, maybe 49 days, I believe, being detained without due process. Hi, Hasi. That's right, it's time to set them free. Hi, Sean. Thanks for coming on. Thank you all for coming
Great is
on.
the Lord, He is holy and just. By His power we trust in His love. Great is the Lord, He is faithful and true. By His mercy He proves He is love. Great is the Lord and worthy of glory. Great is the Lord and worthy of
I haven't heard the helicopter roar by there, Marlene. You got an oil problem or something? Got an oil problem?
Great is the Lord, He is holy and just. By His power we trust in His love. Great is the Lord, He is faithful and true. By His mercy He proves.
Well, fuel's hard to get by. We should took up a big collection to get her some fuel, standby fuel. We're gonna send Turbo over there, and he can put his beanie cap on, and with the little propeller, get some lift off that way. Get some lift that way. I'm always positive, C-Butt. there, cowgirl. Had all those electric garbage trucks up there in New York, and they all only worked like 3 or 4 hours, and then I couldn't use them anymore. Hi, Darlene. For the cold. I think he has a beanie cap there, Marlene, with the little propeller on it. He can give you some lift that way.
The bright and morning star I am, the breath of all creation, who always was and is to come. On water I am, the one who calmed the seas I am, the miracles and wonder, so come and see, or follow me and you will know that I am.
Well, you know, Turbo, methane's supposed to supply greenhouse gas. I don't know if we can have that. Marlene might get a ticket from John Kerry.
The spirit deep inside you I am. The word upon your heart I am. The one who even knew you before your birth, before you were. I am the fountain, living water, the risen Son of Man, the healer of the broken.
Is that you flying by, Marlene, in the jet? I thought you were out of fuel. Hi, Karen. Thanks for coming on.
Yes, I am Almighty God, your Father, the risen Son of Man, the healer of the broken. And when you cry, I am your Savior and Redeemer, who bore the sin of the man, the author and perfecter, beginning and the end. Yes, I am.
Hi, proud girl. Yeah. You know, it's funny they're having that thing over there in Sweden. They have over 700 jets there. They put more pollution in the air than the whole state of Texas will in 1 year. Just going there. And over here, man, you can't have this, you can't have gas stove, blah, blah, blah. Hi, Nina.
I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased.
Hi, Granny G. Thank you all for coming on. Over here at hashtag Freedom Corner. Move up a little bit. I wonder why the closer I get to the corner, the less Wi-Fi works. Yes, he is, Turbo. Hi, Signal. exactly what I was talking about, Sandy.
Your faith was strong, but you needed proof.
I wish you could too.
Saw her bathing all
That's good chicken.
her beauty and the moonlight overthrew ya. She tied you to her kitchen chair. She broke your throne and she cut your hair.
Rebecca's been sick before.
She drew the hallelujah.
Hi, Meg. Thank you all for coming on tonight. It's pretty hot. I'm at flannel shirt's about to come on. No, I already took the sweatshirt off. The flannel shirt's next. Miss Hello, MR. Hi, MR. Thanks for coming on. Hey, Paso, amigo. No, she's sick. She's been sick the last couple of days. Hi, Sherry. Somebody came on there was speaking Spanish, so I was speaking back. Hi, Jeannie. I lived 29 years in Texas. I could speak English, Turbo, and you still want a taco.
There is no other name in heaven can be found, through whom we are redeemed, through whom your grace abounds. No other name can save.
Hi, hand pink, wavy.
Jesus Christ our Lord.
I brought some water. We're not going to have any coffee tonight, so I might be a little grumpy. They just came right from court today up here, and I don't have any coffee, man. I hope that's all going to happen. Say MR. Hi, Charlene.
There is no victory but Jesus crucified. No other cure for sin but that our Savior died.
I drink it too, the same way. Coffee here, coffee there, coffee everywhere. There's John, the double flag waver. You don't even get any snow either, Brenda. California's getting all the rain right now. Hi, Matt. Hi, Jalen. Hope y'all doing well. Yeah. You know, nothing's ever put past those times. You know, y'all dealt with them a lot also, so, you know, I just laugh at them. Yes, it will. Hi there, Katie. Hi, Dale. Thanks for coming on. I think it's supposed to rain here tomorrow. Hi, Dale. Hi, Rick. Hi, Alabama. GG. Thank y'all for coming on tonight. Standing with us here on hashtag Freedom Corner. All right, man. Be careful. Still waiting on my biscuits, Jalen.
Said Jalen on there.
Oh, Matt was. They're gonna go eat dinner or something. Well, yeah, it's good. Coffee's good for you. Hi, Sherry. Name is Yang. He was born in China. He's an American citizen now. That's where the guys are over there, right above Freedom Corner sign. That's why I don't stream over there. They can see them. Some of them can see the flag waving, and they like to see the flags waving. Lets them know that we're out here and giving them support. Thank you, Aardvark. Thanks for coming on. You're welcome to chat. We have a good chat, good friendly chat, good people, good mods, an exceptionally good streamer. welcome to come back any night. We're here 7 to 9:30. I usually come on earlier so I can chat with everybody. And then when things get wrapped up, I don't talk much because stuff is going on and I don't want to interrupt it and talk over it. You're more than welcome to join in on the chat, get to know everybody. They're very friendly. Hi, Cora. That's right. Just got to have the will and take it day by day. Well, if you need to put that preparation H on, you better not eat any cabbage. Before you were good, now you were bad. Hi, Diane. Thank you for coming on here. Hi, Julie. Flags are waving tonight. Hi, Sean. Well, you're more than welcome to come back every night. We're here 7 days a week. All right, T-Pat, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the questions. He's always on a roll. Hi, Frank. Thanks for joining on. Feel free to chat with everybody.
How great the chasm that lay between us. How high the
In case you're new here, I already had a little tour of our location here. We start off each vigil saying a prayer, and then we do the pledge, and listen to music for a while, and go from there.
If I could, I'd like to share something.
Go ahead.
You know, I just got a beautiful message from God. And as I stood down there waving my flag with Katie and I think his name's Young, I was able to see the diversity in our great nation and how some would refer to what's standing down here as a minority. But these are what I call true Americans. No matter if you're black or white, yellow, blue, or green, no matter where you come from, no matter where you've been, together for one reason, and that's God's mercy and our freedom. And this is what it looks like.
Right.
I am forgiven. The King of Kings calls me his own. Beautiful Savior, I'm yours forever.
That's my roommate. Sometimes she makes me cry. Hi, Mrs. Snake. To have prayer and whatever. Well, not a whatever, prayer and the pledge to the flag. That's right.
Then came the morning.
Hi, everybody. If everybody would gather around, we will open in prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Fun things I like to do. Yeah.
Where you are.
Don't ask. There's a cemetery full of
500
They got a
month cemetery.
Heavenly Father, thank you for letting us be here tonight to gather humbly in your name with this great group of patriots. And we are just so blessed to have one another and to have such a great group of patriots inside that stood up for our country a few years ago. Lord, we recognize your power, and we very much appreciate just the recent wins that we've been getting as far as stuff like visitation. And we just pray that you continue to bless us, Lord, and bless the men inside and all these court cases that are going on. Just really, we really seek your presence in those courtrooms. And we're just thankful for everything, Lord, and we're ready for the next step, whatever that is that you want, Lord. In your Son Jesus' name, amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Airborne! All the way.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out. We have, this is going to be a bit of a weird week for for everyone. I mean, there's so much going on. It's like, even with the holiday yesterday, it didn't seem like much of a holiday. But, just kind of give everybody a heads up. Mickey will be coming in tomorrow. She should be here at the vigil tomorrow night. And then Mel, Mickey, and I will be packing our bags and flying out on Thursday to Nashville, Tennessee, where we will be attending the Great American Reawaken Tour event in Nashville on Friday and Saturday. We will be back on Sunday. And then shortly after that, we'll be losing Nicole for a week as she goes back to Texas to take care of some things. So we and David went back home to take care of a few things this week. He should be back Friday, I believe. So,
Oh, for Fun Friday.
we are going to keep this going one way or another.
That's right.
So I just wanted to, make everybody aware. It's going to be a long week for us. 'Cause we'll be in the courtroom all day, and Well, I say a long week, but it's like one more day for me.
Yeah. For me, long week.
Yeah, Thursday's going to be a tough day for Nicole. She'll have to wear all kinds of hats. So, you guys help her out, please, in her absence. You know.
She'll be dancing in the street.
No doubt about that. No doubt about that.
We'll see.
But I also just wanted to share, I just want to give a little bit of an update about what's going on with Northern Neck. What we've heard, we still haven't been able to confirm this or get any names as of yet, but we do believe that 2 more j6ers have been sent to Northern Neck. We're not sure whether there will be any more moving from Northern Neck to Lewisburg. We're hearing reports that most likely that won't happen, but again, we don't really have any real confirmation of that. It's just kind of, what's kind of going on behind the scenes. But more importantly, it's like at the last board meeting, we put a lot of pressure on some of the things, exposing especially what was going on with Ryan Samsel. Since that time, we got a report tonight. There's 4 major counties in Virginia that are serviced by Northern Neck Regional Jail. And over the last week and a half, each one of those counties have had board meetings open to the public. And at each one of those board meetings, we've had a contingent of the Northern Neck Patriots attend those and stand up and address it and bring attention to what's going on at Northern Neck. So not only are we doing that at the board level of the prison itself, but within the local communities. And there's been a lot of reaction to a lot of that. I mean, these guys were, when they stand up in these county board meetings, they're given like 3 or 4 minutes. So a lot of times what they'll do is kind of tag team, have one after another stand up and basically read a kind of a pre-written statement just about what's going on at Northern Neck. And in almost every single one of the cases, people have been basically left in tears by hearing what's going on behind those walls. So, we're beginning to have a huge impact, and it's through no small effort of the Northern Neck Patriots. I'd like to give them a big shout out. Tom Jeffries and there's really 25 to 30 of them that are actively involved in supporting the j6ers there, really the whole group. And I'd also like to give a big shout out to John Haynes. He's called in here a few times. He is the editor of the Northern Neck Sentinel, and he's been his work with the Northern Neck Sentinel and publishing the articles regarding J6 and Northern Neck and a lot of what's going on there has been huge in this effort. I mean, more and more continues to come out. There's certain things that I certainly don't want to put into the open just yet. But we're continuing to do a lot of research, a lot of investigation. People are continuing to come forward within that community, where there's probably 5 or 6 different angles that we're approaching it from. The one thing I will say is, there's a lot of indication that there's FBI involvement and a lot of the stuff that's going on there. Marshal involvement from very high up in terms of what's going on there. And we're not going to rest until we expose it and justice is served. And it's not just for the j6ers, but every single inmate that's there, the way that they're being treated as a facility. James Grant called in the other night. Things that if you and I were arrested tomorrow and were to go into any jail across America, we would be given basic things, basic toiletries, bar of soap, toothpaste, toothbrush. Northern Neck, they charge for all of those things. Nobody gets it for free. That's what happens when you privatize these kind of institutions. Greed becomes the byproduct, sadly. And you know what? We've only scratched the surface of what's going on at Northern Neck. And my opinion is it's not just there. It's going on all over the place, even here. So, I think, and I said this months ago, I think we have a huge opportunity at Northern Neck to expose a lot of this. And by exposing it there, creating ripples that reverberate across to all of these institutions, especially where our j6ers are held. So I just want to give a little bit update about that. You know, we need to keep on going. You know, it's a true testament, you know, to using truth to expose the lies and the slander. You know, the sad reality is you see these prison walls, you see these gates. What happens behind those is kept out of the public eye. And I think that's one of the side benefits of the j6ers and the j6 community coming together. We're the eyes on the inside now. And we not only have to be the voice for the j6ers, but for all inmates. Because how they're being treated on the inside, it should never happen on American soil. We're better than that. And we owe each other to be better than that. So, you know, it's one of those things, you know, like I said, it's a testament. You know, you expose the lies and the slander and the corruption that happens by dropping nuggets of truth bombs. So be bold, speak the truth. Nicole, where are you going?
It makes me want to dance.
I know. I mean, it's like she couldn't wait to grab the mic from me. Now she's running away. But there's a lot going on in that courthouse. I'm gonna let Nicole give an update on everything but the Proud Boy trial, because it's like I think I'd like to do that update with you, because there's a lot of back and forth that we could have that would be much more informative. But there's so much more that's going on in that courtroom than just a trial of the century.
Yeah, there's a lot. Oath Keepers 2.0, they are going to be having closing arguments tomorrow. There's been a lot of back and forth because the government edited a video that showed the cops waving that particular Oath Keeper line in. And the government edited that out of the video that they were showing, which we've seen them do in other cases also, but they really have to show that. They didn't show it in the first Oath Keepers trial because it wasn't that line of guys and gal. But in the second one, it was them. And so they have every right to show it. And Judge Mehta really tried to keep it out. But it's in. So, you know, jury got their instructions today. They'll have closing tomorrow, and then they'll go into deliberation. So we really need to keep them in prayer. I know that there's a lot of anxiety. I saw Mr. and Miss Vallejo today in the cafeteria, and they're just such a great couple. And Mr. Vallejo, he never even came into D.C. He stayed in Virginia. You know, so I just keep them in prayer. I know that their anxiety level is just off the chart. And Pauline Bauer will be going to trial this week. She was held here in the D.C. jail for quite a while. And then she was allowed out so she could prepare for trial. Because it's just so hard for these guys and gals to get any discovery. Big O Barnett, he will be testifying on his own behalf tomorrow, and that should be amazing because he has a great personality. The jury's going to love him, or I think they will. These people in D.C. are kind of weird. You know, they may not think he's as lovable as I do, but he's definitely over the top. He definitely is. So has a great attitude about it. Brad Geyer, who was he was also the attorney for Ken Harrelson and the Oath Keepers. He's also one of Big O's attorneys, and he really brought up last week and really pushed the envelope on asking the officers about coordinated agitators. And Brad, even in Oath Keepers, really slowed down the video and showed the jury hand signals of them waving different items up to the front so they could bust through that door. You know, and he kept asking, who are these people? Why aren't these people arrested? You know, I mean, and that was his push. And in this case, he asked the officer, so you led all of these protesters down a one-way where it dead ended at the Capitol, and the attorney, huh? Oh, okay. So Randy has the article, but Brad really pushed it. I mean, he was saying, do you know, did you see any professional agitators with coordinated acts? And, you know, the officer lied and said he didn't. Or did he say he did? Oh, did he? Oh, you better read it, because I misunderstood it when I read the thing then.
No, it actually came out the other night. I don't know who joined the Gateway Pundit Twitter Spaces, but it actually came out there. Julie Kelly mentioned it. I'm going to read the article because this gives a great synopsis, better than I could do. But the title, and this article can be found on the Gateway Pundit. Jim Hoff published it. The title of it, "It Was All Planned. Tactical Commander for U.S. Capitol Police admits under oath that agitators who were highly trained ripped down fencing prior to protest at U.S. Capitol on January 6th. We've known for 2 years numerous federal operatives were involved in the January 6, 2021 protests. On Sunday night, Julie Kelly from American Greatness, along with several J6 prisoners, conservative reporters, J6 family members, and even liberal trolls, joined in the J6 Truth Exposed Twitter space hosted by the Gateway Pundit. Let's see. During the discussion, author and investigative reporter Julie Kelly dropped a bomb from J6 defendant Richard Barnett's jury trial last week. Julie discussed new evidence she wrote about in her latest column at American Greatness. Captain Carnisha Mendoza, a tactical commander for U.S. Capitol Police at the time, admitted under oath last week that a group of quote-unquote agitators who were quote-unquote highly trained destroyed security barriers and lured people to the Capitol grounds that day. This is something we reported on before. Who were the mysterious people who arrived early at the U.S. Capitol and took down all of the fencing and barriers while President Donald Trump was still talking at the ellipse a mile away? Julie Kelly reported. Captain Carnisha Mendoza, a tactical commander for the U.S. Capitol Police at the time, testified Wednesday how a group of agitators destroyed security barriers and lured people to Capitol grounds that afternoon. Defense counsel Brad Geyer said, "Isn't it true that you had a lot of people, a large quantity of people walking down 2 streets that dead-ended at the Capitol?" Mendoza says, "Yes, sir." Geyer responded, "And would it be fair to say that at least at some of the leading edges of that crowd, they contained bad people or provocateurs? Is that fair?" Mendoza replied, "Yes." He replied, "It's fair." Geyer then asked, "Dangerous people?" "Yes." "Violent people?" "Yes." "Highly trained violent people?" "Yes." "Highly trained violent people who work and coordinated together?" "Yes." It was a stunning admission representing the first time a top law enforcement official stated under oath that a coordinated, experienced group of agitators engaged in much of the mischief early that day. Under further questioning, Mendoza acknowledged those same individuals pushed through barriers, removed barriers, threw barriers over the side, removed fencing, and eased the flow of people into places where they shouldn't be. This happened around 1 p.m., the same time the joint session of Congress convened to debate the results of the 2020 presidential election. Hiding the pivotal role of still unidentified and uncharged agitators on January 6th is just one reason why the government has successfully sought to conceal thousands of hours of footage captured by the Capitol Police's security system before, during, and after the protest. There is now evidence that dozens of federal operatives were involved in the 2021 January 6th protest on Capitol Hill. The Gateway Pundit has reported on this for over 2 years. The Gateway Pundit reported evidence of at least 12 incidents involving dozens of federal agents working inside the crowd on January 6th. So, that is something that we have long suspected, we have long said, and now it's coming out. The truth is being revealed in court. And there's so many of these trials that are going on. You know, I'll wait for, where is Nicole? But,
we can chant her name.
yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Nicole! 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 Nicole!
Hope she don't fall down running down the hill. She'll take all of us with her. It'll be like dominoes.
No, I mean it's one thing, and we were in the courtroom today. Gary McBride was there, Kara Casanova, myself, and it's like talking amongst ourselves. It's like we have been working on so much of this for so long. You know, we've done a lot of investigation, a lot of research, talked to a lot of the j6ers and their families, and I mean some of the information that we know, I probably have forgotten more than most of these lawyers will learn, and that's a sad reality. Playing out in these courtrooms. It's these courtrooms and each one of these trials, it's like David against Goliath. You know, you have the federal government with immense, unlimited resources. You know, sitting at the prosecution table at the Proud Boy, what would you say the annual salary combined there would have to be? Especially on opening day. I mean, the opening statement when all the FBI agents were lined up. Oh my word, yes. I mean, you have what, 3 or 4 of the top DOJ prosecutors? What was his name? Nestler. Nestler was there. I mean, you got to be talking easy $2 or $3 million a year salaries just for these clowns. And it's like on the other side, what do you have? You're lucky if we can raise $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 retainers to get lawyers. Let alone these are lawyers that don't have. You'd be lucky if they have one assistant or one paralegal or whatever the case is. And it's insane, you know. But you know what? You know what we have on our side?
The truth.
The truth. And you know, sooner or later, that truth will prevail.
Set us free.
Justice will prevail. And I'm going to turn it over to Nicole to give an update about the Proud Boy trial.
I feel like I've been saying it all day. When we got there today, the prosecution, and it's part of their smoke and mirrors, it's part of them, just like Randy just said, they have the sheer might of the United States just right there at that table. And, you know, these lawyers are understaffed, and there's so much video to go through. There's so much, even like the radio communication back and forth to read over all of the messages. I mean, it's so much. And the prosecution at 9:45, 9:50 at night will drop an email, drop some evidence, adjust their witness list. Well, you wouldn't think that would be a big deal, but you have to prepare for that, whatever witness you think you're going to be seeing. And if you don't have a team that's helping you prepare, you're doing all the legwork. And then mixing up the witness list, that causes, even more headache. They also, there's a lot of issues back and forth with the defense and the prosecution where they should be able to work out some of their issues on their own, but they get no response from the government. They will email them questions. They will try to work some issues out. The government doesn't get back to them. And, so they even asked today, they asked if we can we settle all of our disagreements in court with you, Judge, because it's not happening. The government's not responding. And, that just puts everything behind. Judge Kelly gets really mad, and Judge Kelly is on the side of the government. There is no doubt when you watch his body language, when you see how he definitely does not like Roger Roots. He does not like him. Any chance he gets to put him down, demean him, he does. And I find it very unprofessional for a judge to do that, but they didn't ask me. So, but I think that it just puts him in Roger in a bad light, especially when the jury can see Judge Kelly's reactions, and the jury is watching that. Today the first witness finally ended. That was Inspector Thomas Lloyd. He. I am. I'm like, yeah.
I'll make a couple. I'll get her thinking about some stuff. But no, I mean, the Inspector Lloyd, we've seen him at a number of different trials, a number of these trials. He's brought in almost always as the very first witness from Capitol Police, giving the overall layout of the building and what happened here and what happened there. And I think this was probably the first one that I saw where he actually went in a bit of detail at what point in time he was here, where he was here, where he's here. But the one thing I will say is, in listening to his testimony for the last 2 days, he was everywhere on the Capitol building. Left side, east side, House chamber, Senate chamber, you name it. I mean, he was there. He was there a minute away from the very first breach. And then second breach, he was right there. And, I mean, and then it goes on a little bit further, and he's talking about being involved in hand-to-hand combat, was actually got bear sprayed. And then all of a sudden, he's up in the Senate chamber in the Ohio clock room, and it didn't look like he engaged in anything that day. He was like nice dress, had his hat on, his hair wasn't even a mess. I mean, I have never ever seen anything like this.
Yeah, it's his hairdresser with him.
And it's like, I don't know. I mean, I sit there in the gallery and I'm listening to all this stuff, and it's like, oh my God, can I get like 15 minutes to question this guy? But I mean, the other thing is, and I just want to hit on this. I mean, we were in the Kyle Fitzsimon trial. I believe you were there with us, right?
Justin, no. I wasn't. Yeah.
In the Kyle Fitzsimon trial, this was a trial where, so much happened. Someone got Tommy Tatum. But there was 3 officers in particular. I want to say there's Officer Justin. What was the Wen? Officer Wen, and then Officer Goodell, and there was one other officer. But in that, and the reason why I mention this is this: the FBI and the DOJ is fabricating evidence. Fabricating. In that particular trial, there was a clip that had come out. Now, Kyle Fitzsimon wore a chef jacket that day, white coat, right, in that tunnel. And Officer Gunnell, there was a clip that was slowed down, and they showed it frame by frame by frame, and you see an arm reaching in, and the white of that chef jacket, butcher jacket actually, right? The butcher jacket, the white of it. See, it touches his thing. Do you know we presented evidence? The behind the scenes. There was evidence that the FBI and the DOJ changed the color of a sleeve from brown to white. Wow. And that was presented to the judge before that trial finished. A verdict was supposed to come back 2 weeks later. It came back 7 weeks later. And you know what the judge said? I found Officer Gunnell's testimony on the stand to be credible. Guilty of all charges. And I say that because that right there is proof positive that they are doctoring, manufacturing evidence, breaking the law to uphold the law. They are caught red-handed there, and that judge is caught red-handed, rubber stamping it, allowing it to go. This is the kind of corruption we see. And I'm setting this up because there was something that happened today that came out of a clip that was shown on Friday along the same line.
Yeah.
You want to speak to that?
About them budging to...
Okay, so there is video of the first breach, line breach. The second. Okay, so it was the second breach, and they're showing all the people up there. Well, then it glitches out, but you see Ray Epps up at the front. You see all of that go down, and then it just completely glitches, and then it just goes on. Well, when it glitches, it skips over a whole period of, or a little space, which you see things in that. I've seen video not in this particular trial, but I've seen it in others where, it's saturated to where they're trying to point something out. Well, when you saturate, as everybody knows, it changes the colors all around you. Yep. And, and they're just trying to highlight a certain thing. Another thing they're kind of fabricating, and this is the first trial where I think they're up to 4 4 times they've asked for a mistrial so far in Proud Boys.
Good.
Yeah, Nick Smith asked for one today because of misrepresenting the evidence, having these defendants guilty by association. You know, they ask questions of, well, what does this rioter, is what they call it, what does this rioter have in his hand? Well, that rioter is not sitting at that table, that protester is not sitting at that table, but they want to show that he has a bat in his hand. Well, that has nothing to do with them, but to the jury, they just see it all as one crowd, and that's really what they tried to do. They show really inflammatory videos. They showed the video in the tunnel. None of the Proud Boys are in the tunnel that's sitting at that table. And they showed the tunnel video. They showed the cops stuck in the door. You know, and that is, and you can see the jury's faces. They wince, you know, because it looks very violent, but they were not in there. How can you misrepresent? And in the beginning of it, they kept objecting. None of that evidence was even supposed to be in there. But Judge Kelly took the government at their word that they were going to tie it all together. They were going to try to tie it together with A.J. Fisher being around the Proud Boys that day and having communication with them, maybe celebrating with them at the Airbnb. He is still not charged on that indictment with them. It has nothing to do with those people sitting at that table.
And more importantly, his lawyers sent a text message or an email to the lawyers today after hearing all of this stuff and categorically said, my client never communicated with any of those defendants, never did any of that. So what the prosecution is trying to allege, they will not be able to. And this went into the whole thing, and this is how it all ended at the end of the day, where the judge was, you know, before we start down that road and expose a lot of this video to the jury, the government's going to have to proffer the connection. Because the idea is, the only way it should be permitted as relevant to this particular case is if you can show some kind of causation. The defendant sitting at that table caused that to happen, incited that to happen, whatever. And that's the crux of this entire trial, seditious conspiracy. And what the government's having you believe is that because a few Proud Boys showed up or had a chat room together, that was all, what is it they called the people of that day, all the rioters of that day were tools of the Proud Boys. Yeah. So the Proud Boys orchestrated all the people on the ground as tools to their conspiracy.
Yeah.
It's a load of shit. It really is. And I just want to go back to the whole falsifying and falsification of evidence. One of the things that happened, we've talked about it a number of times on this. Thomas Webster, Marine veteran, 1st Battalion, 22-year decorated NYPD officer, unblemished record, both of those things. Showed up on Capitol grounds that day, started to see the barrage and the violence against the protesters, went up to the front line. I'm law enforcement. What are you doing to these people? Then there was an exchange. A cop on the other side charged at him 2-3 times, stole his flag, took his flag from him, and then punched him in the face. His defense was self-defense. It wasn't until a week before the trial, a video from way up high, like from that camera, was finally released that actually showed what he was talking about all along. But that video that was produced was so low resolution and so poor quality that the judge was allowed to, you know what, I think he's making that up. I don't think that's what happened. The officer said he slipped in the mud. I just touched his shoulder. It was a full-on punch with a weighted glove, direct to his face. This is a police officer that's been in a lot of encounters throughout his career.
I know.
And he never saw more stars from that than he did in that one hit. You would think that a decorated veteran, a decorated law enforcement, career law enforcement agent, his word would take precedent over the rent-a-cops that were there that day.
Right.
But no, you know where Tom Webster is right now? Serving a 10-year prison sentence. Bullshit. And this is the thing. This is what we discovered later on. That video footage that they gave that was so piss poor resolution, the original is not low resolution. These judges need to be held for this. They do. They need to be held responsible. All these judges in these cases, they are rubber stamping and putting their thumbs on the scales of justice. You already have a tainted jury pool. You throw on top of that the clear bias of these judges. And that's the one thing I'm going to say is, you know what, every single day more truth and more truth and more truth is dropping. And we need to keep on doing what we're doing. So I just want to give a couple of those as examples, you know, because we're seeing the same kind of bullshit play out now here in the Proud Boy trial.
That's what people need to hear, Randy.
Yeah, no, people really need to hear it. You can also hear it. I'm giving an update twice a day. You can text TOTC to 844-837-9924. And that is how AJ Fisher's lawyer found out, by the way, is that through the update, and was able to contact Nick Smith. So, you know, we're going to be doing that every day. It is important that this information gets out because, you know, our people are being prosecuted and persecuted, and we got to try to stop it.
Railroaded.
I just want to say one other thing. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but when Nick talked about the mistrial thing, I think, wasn't he the one who brought up, apparently there's a 122-page report that was done with the January 6th Unselect Committee that they have not released. It has to do with social media messaging from that day. That is now at the National Archives under seal for 50 years.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Exculpatory evidence. Potentially, I should say potentially, allegedly, potentially exculpatory. We don't know because we haven't seen it. The lawyers don't know because they haven't seen it. This is in the possession of the government. It's a Brady violation for the government not to turn it over.
Amen.
But Congress gets to, what, seal it for 50 years? What kind of nonsense is this? And that's the whole point. That, you know, I just wanted to add that in there because that came out early this morning.
Yeah, I think that, you know, I feel like that the defense, you know, they're starting off on their back foot because everything is against them. Just like Judge Kelly okaying them, showing the videos of the tunnel and okaying all of this. Judge Kelly took the government at their word that they were going to tie it all together. In the end, it wasn't tied together. They've already tainted this jury. They've already made them guilty by association. And, you know, it's hard for a jury to get that image out of their head of those police stuck in the door. What shouldn't be hard to get out of their head is that they had video, Nick Smith brought that up, they had video of Ethan Nordine walking into the Capitol with police officers on either side of him, just letting him walk in. You don't see him say anything. Well, when they ask Inspector Lloyd about it, he says that is a defeated police department is what you're looking at. Yes. Yes, and you know he did. He got a little touchy today because he was pushed pretty hard by Pattis. You know, Pattis really pushed him on who knew what, when, and where. And you know, they were tracking the Proud Boys before they ever even got to the Capitol. There's radio communication to the guard tower, not the guard tower. What was that? Unit 7.
Now you got to understand, like any major operation, there's a command center, and at that command center, I know for a fact, because this came out in the Senate on the January 6th Senate hearing, in the immediate aftermath of January 6th, the chief of Capitol Police was in that war room monitoring all radio traffic, and one of the things that the government put out there was that at 10:34 a.m. there was a transmission that came in asking if do you guys have cameras on this group of Proud Boys? They said there was 200 of them. To the best of my knowledge, I don't think there was any more than 60 or 70 Proud Boys in all of Washington, D.C. that day. But there were 200 of them, according to this guy. And when they actually kind of dug down, well, who could that be? Because of where that transmission came from, it came from outside of the Capitol Police building. And it most likely came from Metro PD. And then the question was asked, was that a Metro PD that was, or somebody that was embedded within the Proud Boys? Right. And then it ultimately came out that the Capitol Police actually have cameras up and down Pennsylvania and up and down Independence and all around. So, you know, that was another thing that came. Yeah, exactly. It's like we found out today that the Capitol Police property that they have jurisdiction over stretches all the way from the train station, Union Station, all the way down to the Washington Monument. I want to say,
all the way to
it's just insane. It's like, but you know, I think
tons of them there.
there's one other thing I was going to say or talk about.
I should have gotten my notes out.
But yeah, I mean, well, this is the thing, and I said this to her walking out of the court. I mean, I still have not heard one single person. See, this is the thing. Now we know a little bit more about how the radio transmissions and all of that went, and how that their radio. They have two major networks, one from outside the Capitol building and one from inside. So if you're inside any of the buildings, you're on one, I don't know,
Frequency.
network or whatever it is. And if anybody's on the outside doing a transmission, it's a different one. But Mike, the question remains, and it kind of goes hand in hand with what Brad was talking about in the article that I read. So you have these two main thoroughfares that dead end at the Capitol, right? Why is it that people left the ellipse after listening to President Trump, went all the way to the Capitol, and not one single police officer, Metro PD, Capitol Police, National Guard, whoever, why is it that not one individual said to one single person that day, listen, there's been a breach at the Capitol, you might not want to go there?
Right.
Not one. Not one. And I don't understand why every single lawyer in every single case here isn't standing in court asking that question. There was orders. It was decided up on top, whoever controls that logistics and the radios and the comms for all law enforcement that day. They kept it from people out on the street. Law enforcement officers on the street, high-fiving, taking selfies with protesters, right? Name me one town or city in America where if there's something going on in this building, the cops just stand back and urge people to go, go, go. There are basic little questions like this that aren't being asked, much less answered, that demonstrate to me, to any objective observer, that this was orchestrated from the highest up. It really was. And these police officers were pawns.
Yeah.
Many of them. It's things like this that really, really need to come out, needs to be answered. We need to get to the bottom of it. And that's what it's all about. Until you do, there is no justice. There can't be. But that's one thing.
I think that pretty much covers it. I mean, there was so much that went on. I should have brought my notes down because, I mean, it's just incident after incident of lies. I mean, he lied on the stand today saying he wasn't in the chambers, then he was in the chambers, and that
Yeah, you say it better.
So he actually, at one point, as he was walking through, and this was basically, you know, the government, they do their cross, and then after that, then the defense lawyers each get a turn to cross-examine, and then at the end of it, the government comes back and gets to redirect. But it's like during his initial testimony, in going through and proceeding through that day, one of the things he talked about was going to the Senate chamber. And the Senate chamber, you know, he talked about how Congress members, once the building was breached, that each chamber basically sheltered in place. That meant that they closed all the doors to the chamber, and they all huddled down, and then they called for like an evacuation team or whatever. Well, he led the evacuation team on the Senate side of things. because he even testified. He was like, he was standing outside of the west side door that nobody else knew about, and I knocked on the door. My guys on the inside were hesitant. They didn't know if I was knocking on the door under duress. There was a gun to my head, blah, 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 blah. Right? That's what he said. So he said it took a little bit, but they finally opened the door. We escorted, and they played a video of them escorting the guys, the Congress members down the stairs, and then out a hallway that's never used, or whatever the case is, right? Now, fast forward to when he's cross-examined. And I forget exactly who it was that was questioning him today, but basically it went along this line. It's like, so, if these guys are sheltered in place, and you're saying this is basically the last stand, it's like almost like the Alamo. Well, he didn't really say that. This is my embellishment. But it's almost like the Alamo, right? You have no other place to go. So at that point in time, would you say use of force is authorized? And he was like, yeah, I would say so. But, okay, in that situation, would you use lethal force? And he was like, well, I don't know. I wasn't there. I wasn't in that situation. Well, and I forget exactly what it was, but he basically said, I wasn't in the chamber. And it's like, hold on. Exactly. It's like early on, he said that he actually entered the chamber. His guys wouldn't let him in. But now he's saying I wasn't in the chamber. So, I mean, it's little things like this that I wish, I don't know. I wish some of these defense lawyers would pick up on and actually grill him. Because I'm just saying, it's very interesting to me how they kind of pick and choose 2 or 3 witnesses to be like the star witness of everything that happened that day. Well, we all know, I mean, come on, there's 14,000 hours of video. How can one person be in all these places? It's almost like they sat down and they're schooled about what happened and the way to answer and this and that. And yeah, it's all scripted. And it's like, to me, it would be so easy to catch these guys lying right through their teeth. And I mean, you saw a couple of instances in today when they were examined where he got a lot of, he really got flustered because he was kind of pushed right to the brink of that. And I don't know. Like I said, I mean, it's just, the one thing I will say, in fairness with the Capitol Police and this particular officer that was there that day, you know, I honestly believe that these guys were caught unprepared, and I think the deck was stacked against them. So on one hand, they were notified, 24, 36 hours in advance, hey, you might want to prepare, have around-the-clock shifts available for 3 or 4 days, because this is the second time in American history that the electoral college counting of the votes will be contested, and we don't know which way this could play out. So this guy had to have all his people broken up into different shifts to cover 24 hours around the clock. So what would be a normal work day with normal whatever, what did he say, 350 or so that was on staff, uniformed officers at the Capitol that day? So he's already down officers. But more importantly, at the very beginning of it, what did come his way, what came down that, you know, they were overwhelmingly outnumbered. And it's like, the one thing I will say is, at one point in time in his testimony, he did say, I'm out there, I'm drawing our guys back. We got nowhere else to go, and they keep on coming. And he goes, I almost put out the order to tell all my guys to retreat to inside the building. Yeah. And he said, but thank God Metro PD showed up. Now, the one thing I will say is, in the videos that they even showed in trial, the moment Metro PD showed up there, that's when the violence took off. And what he was saying is, prior to that, he had even, and this was in the radio transmissions, he had asked for a less than lethal force. And he even said in that radio transmission that day, these guys, these less than lethal, and he testified on the stand as well, that they are trained, that when they deploy, they pick an agitator and they focus on that agitator and only fire at that agitator. the 20-minute barrage that we have all seen videos to, went up over the heads of the agitators into a largely peaceful crowd. You ask me, the blame for that falls at the feet of the Metro PD. Seriously. I think Capitol Police are properly trained. I think they started out that day with exercising and living up to that training, and I think they even went above and beyond with what they were facing that day. But I think they were put in a position to fail. And they were put in a position to fail from someone high up like Nancy Pelosi, whose own office and staff members in their office rewrote the security plans 2 or 3 times in the 3 days leading up to it. Yeah. And I dare say, and I'm a nobody, right? I have absolutely no power in this world. But I dare say Mayor Bowser had a big part to play in this. And I say that there are members or squads within Metro PD that showed up there that day looking to fight. And that's why when they stepped on the grounds, you had a 20-minute barrage throwing everything, rubber bullets, flashbang grenades, tear gas, over the instigators into a peaceful crowd. That escalated everything. Not de-escalated like law enforcement's taught to do. And I'm telling you, this is what I'm saying. January 6th, and I've always said this from day one, sit down and just watch a few hours of footage from all sides of that Capitol at different points in time during the day. Trent S. Evans went there. He never saw violence. In his entire time there, he never saw violence. This is what I'm saying. January 6th was a day of complexities.
I have a call with my goodness. Put me to sleep.
You know, he also brought up a pretty interesting topic. He was questioned about the effects of the gas, the effects of the spray, and how that spray can make you anxious, agitated, all these different things. And, you know, they're spraying it back and forth. And then when he was talking about that, and he agreed, he even saw it with his own officers having reactions to the bear spray and the different sprays that way. And, you know, so that's very well what could have happened in the tunnel. Hey, John.
Hey, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing as good as I can be. Am I on?
Yes, you are. Do you want to go off, or do you just want to talk?
Oh, no, it's cool. No, so my girl sent me in this, first I want to say hi to everybody. Thank you all for showing up. I really, really appreciate it. And I love you guys watching online too. You guys are awesome. I want to let you know, so my girl just sent me this picture. It's called the Insurrection Maze. Have you heard of it? It's like a Where's Waldo?
Oh, yeah, I found Guy.
Yeah, number one dad. On,
I know, it's hilarious stepping on the Constitution.
Oh I know. It's just, so they got all of us. It's like there's like hundreds of characters in this, and apparently every single character is a real life person that was there on J6. And Kelly not only sent it to me on one page, but she also sent me 4 pages that I put together to make a giant poster of it. So it's a blown up version, and I had it out on the table on the pod today for like 2 hours. Everybody was laughing around it just now and just like looking for ourselves. And it was done by a leftist or whatever, like a leftist asshole that's trying to make fun of us. But we actually, we got the trip out of it because it's goofy characters and, stuff like that. So we found it.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
To find Antifa, but we found a bunch of Antifa members, so.
No, I thought it was pretty funny for the most part. I thought it was, you got to have a sense of humor about it.
And I'm here with Sean McHugh, by the way. We've got, so with this new system they just set up on the phone, GTL, it sucks, okay? It cuts off all the time. It's terrible. We got to wait 15 minutes between calls. Can't call our lawyers because there's no private calls anymore. The only plus, and it really is eliminated because it cuts off all the time, but we can now use the phone on our tablet, which they lied for 2 years and said we weren't able to do these kinds of things, but apparently we can. So I've got you guys, one earbud is in Sean McHugh's ear and one earbud's in my ear. And we're talking to you from my cell, actually, so that's kind of weird.
Oh, well,
So,
that's cool,
Sean
though.
can-
Hey, Sean.
Sean.
Did you find
How's
yourself on
everyone
there?
doing?
Put some clothes on.
Yeah, it's really a bad depiction of me, and it's not accurate. And so if that guy who drew it is listening, shame on you.
I'm going to look for
Yeah,
you.
everything's alleged.
Everything's
It's
alleged.
Yeah, it's allegedly him. It's not him.
Yeah.
All right, are y'all getting ready for visits?
Yeah, oh, well, yeah. Are you, yeah, we all are really excited about the visit.
Oh, yeah, that's great. I'm really excited about the visit. So I'm trying to find someone to come visit me this week. I have someone for February 3rd. But the next 2 weeks I don't have anyone to come visit. So if you want to come visit me,
Aw,
sign up.
I'll find someone to
Yeah.
visit you.
All right.
I'll get David on it. We'll find somebody to come see you. If not,
All
maybe
my family's, all my family's on the West Coast. So all I got is our activists and supporters and friends outside. So yeah, I'd love to talk to you if you want to come talk.
Can I ask them a question?
Okay, yeah. Sherry wants to ask y'all something.
Yeah. All right.
Do y'all know if Jeffrey McCullough is accepting visitors?
He should be. He should be. I told him that you wanted to come up here and visit him, and I believe he put you on his list, but I can double check for sure. I talked with him. I showed him your name and address and everything like that so he can get it. And I believe he put you on his list, but I'll double check for sure.
I appreciate
And
that.
ask him.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll have an answer for you when I call back for the anthem tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, sure, you're awesome. We love you.
I love you guys.
We were so excited to see you guys last Friday. It was really exciting.
Yeah, it was cool to put a face to all the names out there. Definitely.
Yeah. And even the guard that was in there said that there was an electricity in there. There was something going on, energy wise.
It was all Lily. Nah, I mean, I would just say too. Let's just touch base with David to coordinate. That's how we've been handling it. So one person did reach out to me too. Wanted to visit with Bart Shively. So
Awesome.
we'll be coordinating that with David.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, David and Dudu taking care of that. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, we love you guys. You guys are awesome, man. We really appreciate it. It's, I'm so grateful for the visits. I'm worried that they're gonna just think that they gave us visits and then Congress and these people are gonna forget it or something like that. They're good now.
Well, speaking of, no, I think we're going to have our day.
How is that possible? Congress is dumping more and more every day. I don't know if you guys heard, but there was actually somebody on the stand in a video trial who confirmed that there was paid, trained, professional agitators at the front of the crowds that took down fencing. And
it was.
And so a tactical commander of the Capitol Police admitted to that on the stand under oath.
Yeah, I heard about that, definitely.
Yep.
So that's good, and that's kind of what I was saying last night when I was getting cut off. They've given us the case for entrapment with Nancy Pelosi lowering the security secretly and telling the sergeant of arms to act surprised. The crime actually occurred in their minds first. We were just there to support our president and what we thought was a permitted demonstration happening later that day. I don't think that I know nobody had the intention to go there and harm officers that day. So, I mean, given all the information that's come out, we should be out of here and we should have a real investigation into January 6th. And I'm really, really excited about Jim Jordan following up and he committed yesterday on a radio show in Ohio, Akron, Ohio, saying that he wanted to get the January 6th detainees in front of Congress to testify about our horrible treatment for the last 2 years.
Along with their families.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Along with their families.
So that's really awesome. I do not want to miss this opportunity.
Yeah.
And I have the most grievances filed here, so I'm not bragging or anything, but I'm definitely not going to turn down my collar for that. And
That's only because Brandon Fellows has been moved from place to place the last few months. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he might have more. Yeah, if he was still here.
Yeah.
But
Mark was in the running too for a lot of for grievances too.
Oh, I know. I mean, I know Brian Mock had a lot of them. Still, you know, I think he's still hanging on to them. But yeah.
Those are the three, man. Yeah, Sean McHugh, Brian Mock, and Brandon Fellows. Those are the three guys at the most.
Yeah.
And if they call me in front of Congress, not only can John Nellis, testify, but also DJ Jerome can testify.
Yeah,
DJ Jerome. 2 for 1.
Right.
That's a 2 for 1. So
I don't know.
that's cool.
That's almost like borderline multiple personalities. It's like you keep on talking about your own self in the third person.
I know.
I get lost
Look what
sometimes.
they're doing to me. They did this. This is their fault.
actually, he was like that when I met him. No, but unfortunately, all these grievances have been earned, so that's the unfortunate part about it.
Absolutely. Let me ask you this. Like, I want to say was it Memorial Day last year when someone or a few guys made the American flag and you guys sang the American the national anthem, and then immediately after they took you out and they destroyed the flags and all that. Was that last Memorial Day, or was it? There was some kind of a day.
Last Memorial Day was the incident with.
That's Labor Day.
Maccabee was Labor Day.
Yeah, Maccabee.
We were taken out of this incident, and it was the first J6 memorial, wasn't it?
Remember when they were making the flag? They were using the cardboard box that the toilet paper comes in or whatever,
and
they were
made
making
an
a
American
fake flag, and they had it hidden in front of themselves.
Yeah.
And Garrett and them were making that flag. It was huge.
I believe it was noontime on Memorial Day that they stuck it out.
Yeah, it might have been.
And I think at the time there was 2 pods there, so maybe it was even before some of you got here. Not sure.
So much has happened to us in here. You have to get all of us.
I know, but
Congress.
I'm trying to think in my mind, because they had taken the guys who had made the flags and had taken them out, I don't know, for a day or something like that, and retaliated against them for doing it. You know what I mean? And I think the guards that did it basically said, you know what, F your flag, F your country, F this. You know what I mean? Basically spitting on all of you guys for being patriotic.
What's crazy is they've done that so many times that it's like they were doing that when we were singing the national anthem when we first got here. We were on South to find our colors, and we were singing the national anthem, and God Bless America. And some other guard from Corporal Holmes came from another pod, and he comes in to cut us down. And Scott Fairlane was like, "We're just singing the anthem." And he's like, he's like, "We're just singing God Bless America." And he's like, "Fuck America." And then he says like all sorts of, fuck yous, all this, and he's like, and then he leaves and he comes back in a back door with several guards.
And did he rip the flag down then too?
Yeah, they take flags down. Remember, one of the guys went to like a video court in a different part of the jail that rarely we ever use for video court. Or like a legal visit, but it's a rare area they use.
Oh, yeah.
There's a fucking American flag.
Yeah.
There, like just dusty in the corner, like on a pole, on a flagpole with a bald eagle on, a golden bald eagle.
Hell yeah.
But it just sits there, just dusty, nasty in the corner.
So he rolled it up.
I don't know who it was.
I don't want to say any names, but he rolled it up and he put it back.
Stole it and snuck it back to the pod like a spy. It was awesome, dude.
Well, and we honored the flag like it should be. We dusted it off and hung it up.
Yeah, we dusted it off, hung it up. We kept it real safe. We would hold it up like we would have that on the top here and hold it up with the guard's booth, the guard's desk is against the wall under the catwalk of one of the catwalks. We usually would hold the flag on the other catwalk where the guards could see it, but when we were holding that real American flag, they would hold it right above the guards on the catwalk above them, but
they never saw it.
So they didn't see it. So when we were singing the anthem at night, you know?
Yeah, screw them, man.
You leave an American flag unattended in this facility, and we will find it, and we will steal it, and we will bring it back here.
But we will honor it, yeah.
Yeah, we should be good. Yeah. That's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
we just do it so much, man. We did so much. We put them up on the wall, and it rip them down, and then we just learned we got to have, Garrett does these amazing artwork on the flag. So what is it? Is it the national anthem, or is it the First Amendment that he has on the flag?
Yeah, he makes all sorts of different
gold,
flags, and then he'll
beautiful.
He'll put different patterns and designs in them.
I think I've seen.
He'll do the Pledge of Allegiance on them. Yeah, he'll do like the First Amendment. He'll do like.
All right, we're losing it, folks.
They're shutting down your tablet, I think.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Wow.
Thank you for everything. You are awesome, man.
Sherry, Nicole, thank you guys.
All I heard in that was, Randy, you're awesome.
Yeah, woo!
And Sherry and Nicole and everybody else out there, you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome.
That's right.
This is for you guys. USA!
All the way!
USA!
All the way!
USA!
All the way!
USA!
All the way! All the way!
Love you
It
guys.
sounds like those hecklers are gone finally.
Yeah. They spread some dog crap or something out here like that was going to stop us. Not going to stop us.
No, you guys should do. We got to. I'm going to pound out with you about some ideas for them. That is legal but annoying for them. Okay. We should do some stuff. And
okay.
Yeah. Stink bombs or something.
Thank you for using Global Telling.
All right.
That was good. That was a good call.
That was nice hearing both of them at the same time.
I know.
I know I haven't said much to you guys. Thanks for being on here. I don't talk when they're talking, or Randy or those people, so we can hear what they're saying, folks. And if I didn't say hi to you, hi Annie, I will say hi to you if I see you go by. Hi Evelyn. I want to say thank you to a few people that sent some gifts, send and goes. Miss Snake, Tim Lee, Drifter Sally, and we got 2 people that wanted to be anonymous. Thank you so much. That will go towards Sherry and me staying here, and I don't know how much I appreciate that. God bless you for that. We'll put it to use to get our house and electric and whatever we need to have. Hi Lori, hi JKH, hi Okie Girl. Thank you all for being here on hashtag Freedom Corner. The guys are over there. It's nice hearing more than one person at a time. It was almost like having a conversation over coffee.
Until you come and sit a while with me.
Hope they can do that some more that way.
Raise me up so I can stand on mountains.
Hi, Julie.
You raise me up.
That's right. I know that 365 times. Hi, love. Hi, buddy. Hi, Dustin.
Your shoulders.
Then woof. Woof. Back to Buddy. Woof.
More than I
Hi, Mama Bear. Oh, I'm here, sorry to hear that, Carrie. All of our thoughts are with you. I have to see. There's some more people that are in line ahead of me. I just, I actually want the women to go first that are here. I don't know how you feel about that, but you see a woman and you're a guy, it eases your pain a little bit more. I want the women to go first, and, so they can see a lady, and you get that feeling. We'll have a lot of time. I'm not going anywhere, folks. My time will come. Our prayers go out to you, Carrie. I know the chat feels the same way I am. Hi, Darth. The way I feel, y'all are like family to me. Y'all become part of me. Thank you, Corey. I know if I was in there, I'd be so happy to have someone, but I know that's just the way I feel. You raise me up. Yeah. Hi, Uncle Juice. Glad to see you. I can be. Getter page today, I put 3 things about Sherry's visit to the visitation last Friday. Megs had her on, and he did 3 segments. They're very, very good. We have to thank Megs America for doing that for our j6ers. If you ain't subscribed to his deal, storm over there and subscribe. I've heard it's on a Rumble. Secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? Goes like this, the 4th, the 5th. Yes, it was, Susan. I actually liked that both of them were on at the same time. Thank you all for coming on here tonight. I was very impressed with the way Randy and Nicole explained court. I've never been to court, so I don't really know how it works. But they told us a lot about how court works, even if it's against you. Yes, it is. Her beauty and the moonlight overthrew you. Thank you. Hey, how do you say your name? So I could say it. Yes, Dustin, here's your song.
Baby, I've been here before.
Hey, bro.
Know this room and walk this floor. I used to live alone before I knew ya. Seen your flag on the marble arch, and love is not a victory march. It's cold.
Wish John would get up there with his 2 flags. He really likes waving. Hi, Bygone. Thank you for coming on tonight. Don't know if I said hi there, Nina. Hi, Ray. Thank y'all standing here with us. That's right. Ron J. Very good song. Yes, they are. Great Americans. Hi, Drifter, shall we?
Did my best, it wasn't much. Couldn't feel, so I tried to touch.
I am doing
told
alright,
the truth,
Ray.
I didn't come to fool you.
The people that were sleeping in their cellar, we're going to move into their house, I guess, on the 2nd. And I think Sherry said that she's going to let us stay there until we move. So that's another weight off our shoulders. Well, thank you, LJ Cowgirl. I need all the prayers I can get, folks. Holy cow, it's 8:41 already. Yep. More truth.
You are here, moving in darkness. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. And you are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper.
This is one of my favorite songs.
My God, that is who you are. And you are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are.
I did the same thing, Darth. I wish Greg Kelly would move over to Real American Voices. He's the only one I like on there.
You are here, here in every heart. I worship you. I worship you. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are.
Hi, Cecilia. Thanks for coming on. Getting kind of foggy out. Right, it looks kind of funny out here. See all foggy it is. Yeah, we are the people's media. That's right. j6ers all the way. You bet, Lou. Man, it's so peaceful and quiet tonight. I don't know.
It's the guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's them handwritten letters from home. It's them sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he left with his wife.
Oh yeah, we're doing all right now, Dar. We're still at the same place, Sherry and me.
Mr. Red, white, and blue. For these stars and stripes. Hey.
Hi, Hilda. Thank you all for coming on here tonight. It means so much that, you know, we have a small group here, but y'all are here, and that makes the group so much easier.
Uncle Sam's the only family he's got.
I don't know if that's a word or not, or if I just made it up.
And his 18th birthday was the day he was born. Mr. Red, white, and blue. Lay down his life. Mr. Red, white, and blue. For these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, white, and blue. Stand on the front line. Mr. Red, white, and blue.
Well, I gotta tell Vern to thank you for that. Vern is an excellent guy. I really like talking to him. I had some anonymous ones. I might not have put the name on it.
His family is proud but torn. But if you knew him, you would understand.
It's hard to read it on my personal phone.
Just to see the flag still wave. And then he came home with only one hand. He's Mr. Red, white, and blue.
Yes, I just looked. I got it there, Evelyn. Thank you so much. I said all these donations, they go for Sherry and me to stay here. Whatever, Sherry, she has a bad hip. When it's weather like this, it kind of acts up, you know. It's getting pretty cloudy out. You back, Gary. Whole Chad cares about everything.
Marching line.
Hi, LaDonna. Don't remember if I said hi, Gail. Don't know if I said that hi to you either.
I'm a flag-waving
But it never hurts to say hi again.
Nephew of my Uncle Sam, a rough riding, fighting Yankee man.
We're getting old there, Gail.
I love mom and apple pie and the freedoms that we all enjoy.
Too much fun when we were younger.
Beautiful land. I worked hard and I'd fight hard for the old red, white, and blue. And I'll die a whole lot harder if it comes to where I have to. I'm a flag-waving, patriotic nephew of my Uncle Sam, a rough riding, fighting Yankee man. And when I see old glory waving, I think of all the brave men who have fought and died for what is right and wrong. And when I see old glory burn, my blood begins to churn, and I could do some fighting of my own. I don't believe in violence, I'm a God-fearing man, but I'd stand up for my country just as long as I could stand. 'Cause I'm a flag-waving, patriotic nephew of my Uncle Sam, a rough riding, fighting
she's up there. Talking to Sherry right now. She's tapping her foot though.
I'm a flag-waving, patriotic nephew of my Uncle Sam.
Well, you need to get on there. We like to hear from you.
And I enjoy the liberty of being
Nice back there.
I want to be and achieving any goals that I can. I was taught to turn the other cheek, but Eddie used to say, walk soft and pack a big stick, but never walk away.
Yeah, you can't go wrong. So Johnny.
Nephew of my Uncle Sam, a rough riding, fighting Yankee man. And when I see old glory waving, I think of all the brave men that have fought and died for what is right and wrong. When I see old glory burn, my blood begins to turn, and I can do some fighting of my own. 'Cause I love all my brothers and we're proud.
Hi, Breeze. I don't remember if I said hi, but like I said, it never hurts to say hi again.
And I'm a flag-waving, patriotic nephew of my Uncle Sam, a rough riding, fighting Yankee man.
Or a barrel of monkeys. Where's Turbo at? I haven't seen him here in a little while. I need a good laugh. Well, that 20 minutes is going by.
All right. Before the guys call in for the national anthem and everything, I just wanted to, let me ask you this. Anyone here know what the Proud Boy tenets are?
I sure don't.
Proud Boy tenets. Proud Boy tenets. Let me read them for you. These are the Proud Boy tenets. Reinstating a spirit of Western chauvinism. We adopt a blatant and unapologetic promotion of Western civilization, which is characterized by a secular government whose legal code is informed by Judeo-Christian ethics and whose origins lie in the Greco-Roman tradition of the Republic. The primary values of the West are personal liberty, self-determination, the sovereignty of the individual, and the sanctity of life. Minimal government. One of the things that makes the West truly the best is that we are able to and choose to govern ourselves with honesty, fairness, and responsibility. The more prominent role that culture plays in influencing human behavior, the less necessary it becomes for government to intervene. Therefore, let us celebrate and uphold Western wisdom, and may the government stay out of our way. The best government is that which governs least. Government should have as little as possible to do with the general business interests of the people. John L. O'Sullivan in 1838. Maximum freedom. The growth of the West has always been characterized by a steady increase in personal liberty, which the founding fathers of the U.S. believed were granted by their creator, not by any government. The documents they signed serve to enshrine that liberty and uphold the sovereignty of the individual. One principle that must accompany freedom that many overlook too easily these days is personal responsibility. Maximum freedom cannot persist without the fulfillment of duty. Patrick Henry in 1775 said, "Give me liberty or give me death." Pro-free speech is another tenet. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or of the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Who knows what that is? That is the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. Pro-gun rights. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Woo! Who knows what that is?
Second.
The Second Amendment. That is correct. Closed borders. The West is the best. That is why it is the #1 destination for immigrants across the world. Nowhere else can you find the same combination of freedom, safety, prosperity, infrastructure, and decency. But we cannot be the world's orphanage. To those willing to travel, to suffer the journey, and to risk their lives, fight for a better world back home, and Godspeed. To those willing to defy the sovereignty of our borders and expect a handout upon arrival, F off, we're full. Another tenet of the Proud Boys is glorifying the entrepreneur. We celebrate and honor the ones who risk everything to improve our lives. The inventor, the job creator, the men whose failures and innovations have shaped the modern world, the true enemy of poverty. Fortune to the bold, glory to the brave. Another tenet is venerating the housewife. This is not a mandate to women on how they should live their lives. Rather, we acknowledge, appreciate, and exalt any woman who would choose to stay at home, raise her children, tend her hearth, and be her husband's first and most ardent ally. She creates human life, shapes it, and builds the communities in which we live. Another tenet is anti-political correctness. The First Amendment protects a God-given right, the freedom of speech, not the freedom from speech. Policing the expression of others for fear of being offended is not a right. In the war against tyranny, language is on the front line. If we relinquish our right to be crude, crass, and colorful, then we also relinquish our tongues, along with our thoughts, and finally our spirit. Another tenet of the Proud Boys is anti-drug war. An endless war of countless casualties, policies that bury the addicted rather than reform them. It empowers the wicked and emboldens the corrupt. The prohibition of certain chemical substances and medical plants has fueled the rise of violent regimes which have ruined our neighboring nations and destroyed our local communities. Another tenet is anti-racial guilt. Let no man be burdened with shame for the deeds of his ancestors. Let no people be held accountable for things they never did. In most cases, not even their own family line can be proven responsible for past transgressions. May we right the wrong of the past as one people, rather than perpetuate the plague of division which has caused them in the first place.
Probably them. Mine is.
One more tenet, and I will finish that once we get done with these guys.
Mine is damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead. I couldn't get the word out.
Thank you for using Global Telling.
Do we have any choice?
Hey, how you doing?
We are doing all right.
That's a good,
love you guys.
good,
Thank you so much,
good
everybody, for
advice
showing
there,
up.
CK.
Sherry, I wanted to let you know that you are on McKellep's list. So
Beautiful.
he's excited to see you.
Thank you.
Awesome. No problem. No problem.
Excellent. Hey, when you called, I was reading the Proud Boy tenets. I had one left. Can I read it?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
All right. So the last one that I was reading is anti-racism. Let us recognize the progress that has been made in overcoming racial prejudice. The West has become a place that judges its citizens on their actions, not their attributes. All right.
Yeah. No,
This is true not only legally but also culturally. Racism may be alive, but it is not well, and it will continue to dwindle so long as we continue to uphold our Western values. So, for everybody out there, those are the tenets of the Proud Boys.
Yeah. Listen up, CNN. Yeah, Joe Biden. Why don't you guys listen to that? You know, and actually, like, report the truth. Wikipedia. No, come on, man. You know, yeah, the truth is exactly opposite of whatever they say. So.
Exactly. The truth will always have haters, and we gotta expunge the haters and put them back down into the bin of irrelevancy that they came from.
Absolutely. We love this country. We know that you love this country, and we know the truth. We've got maybe 20 seconds, 10 seconds left, or something, 20, 30 seconds left, but till the end. Just 10 seconds. But man, I love you guys.
We love you.
There's so much fog out here tonight. Can you see us?
No, I can't see you. I'll go look. I could barely see you guys. I can see the lights. Here we go. Are you guys ready for this?
We are ready.
We gotta be able to see it tonight. Too foggy.
Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars to the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave.
USA!
All the way!
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 USA!
Woo! Woo!
Hello.
Woo!
I think it's, I can see the lights from downtown. I'm going to go upstairs and see if I can get up to the other side and see it from up higher. It's easier to see when I get up higher. But we love you guys.
We can see some of the top lights on the building, but not the bottom lights.
We can't see the bottom lights. Like, hey, dude, flick your light real quick. Flick your light real quick. Can you see this? So we're gonna see if you can see this light. Tell me if you see it flicking. You see one? You got something you're with together?
Yeah.
We do see one all the way at the end. Yeah.
Yay!
Oh, and then there's another one right next to it. There's two. Flick it again.
Yes!
There's two right next to each other.
Yes!
All right, so the one furthest from you, that's Dudu's cell.
All right.
The one closest to you, next to it, is Garrett. yeah. So, ladies, if you want to send messages to the Dudester, to Mr. Doodoo.
Doodoo McGree.
Doodoo appreciates all the love from the ladies. He said, what'd you say? Doodoo says, shoot your laser beams to his window.
All right.
You ladies know what it means, don't you? Dirty black.
Easy. You got Nicole saying this is a family show.
Oh, it's Nicole saying it. Here. Hi, guys. How's it going? This is the Dudester.
Hey, Doodoo McGree.
How y'all doing out there tonight?
Beautiful.
We're doing well. Thank you. How are you guys doing?
All right. We're doing okay. Yep, we're doing all right. I'm just hanging in there. Getting all nervous about court Friday. So I forgot that it's Friday. So everybody say a prayer for me, Steve.
Excellent. Well, we're going to be thinking about you, praying for you, and
Yeah, thank you so
you
much.
should have some presence in the courtroom.
Yeah, I can be there.
I hope so. And I'll be looking for you guys. And if I can, I'll give you all a big hug. Maybe I'll air hug you.
Oh, yeah. I'll see you there. I'll be there.
Unfortunately,
Okay.
I'll be in Nashville, but
I know. You guys have gone. All right, here's John, okay? I love you guys so much.
We love you.
Love you.
Okay. You got to twerk for him right before you sit down for the judge. I told Duda to twerk for you guys. Maybe the judge won't notice. All right, I love you guys. You guys are amazing. And, I really appreciate you guys showing out at Reawaken, man. That's amazing. And you're gonna have such a great showing there, man. Sounds like an amazing group of Patriots showing up, Randy and Mel, and everybody with you.
there's going to be a huge group of j6ers there. So
Oh yeah.
J6 fighters and people on the front line. It's going to be huge.
It's going to be amazing, and these are the good guys. These are the real representatives of our J6 community. We're really proud that big group around Mel and Mickey and Randy and Kelly and Prentice and Dave Summerall. I mean, every Marie.
Tim Rivers will be there.
Tim Rivers and Sarah McAbee. Just the name go on. I mean. Is Sherry Bachelor going to be there? Is Bobby's mom going to be there?
I'm not sure. She wanted to. Whether it's going to work out, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's going to be an amazing group. I wish I could be a fly on the wall, honestly. I wish I could be there. I would at least be a fly on the wall. You guys are amazing. You guys are the best. I told Kelly she needs to get you guys drinking before you get to the Reawaken tour, so y'all can have a good time. Y'all can really cut loose and really make us proud the way you need to.
Thank you, John. You just made my job like 10 times harder.
Get them all drunk. They're like hurting drunk kids.
Mel has interviews to do. Important interviews. We cannot be doing that.
That is so cool. Drunk interviews. That'd be Justice and Drunk Jeopardy.
I'm not sure that Ian Smith and General Flynn and Clay Clark would be appreciative of all that.
Here's the thing. You can sit everybody down who takes an interview, like General Flynn says, I have an interview with Mel, right? He does an interview, and then he gets to take a shot. When he starts the interview. Like, you start the interview with a shot. They got to take shots.
Listen, are we doing this in your church?
Dude, this is going to be awesome. You guys are going to be in it. It's going to be great. Don't worry about it. We're going to figure it all out.
I'm going to show up, and your pastor's going to be like, lock the doors. I've heard about this Randy character.
Oh, man. We know the boys drink, man. Let's say it's a drinking club with a Patriot problem.
Listen. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah, and they don't call it Nash Vegas for nothing. You forget that's where I live. That's what they call it. They call it Nash Vegas. You know? I worked downtown at Bar Louie for a while, and I'm telling you, we get all the bachelorette parties, I mean, it's like the bachelorette party capital of the United States of America. I'm telling you, it's just groups of ladies with, you know, one with a white veil and then all drunk all day, yelling and screaming, woo, all day. The party buses roll by with the ladies on it. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. I'm telling you.
I just have one question. Who are you speaking to? Is it John Mellis or is it DJ Jerome?
Oh, yeah. That's nothing. You put a couple drinks in me, man. I'm telling you, I'm having a lot of fun up there, man. I'm telling you. I don't even drink that much. I like to drink socially, but I love selling shots. That's my favorite thing to do, is get people drunk. Because it like makes people so. I'm telling you, if you have a group of 15 people, bridal party, a bachelorette party, come in for the brunch, because I work brunches and shots, and it was so much fun. Everybody takes a shot. I'm telling you, cinnamon toast punch is the perfect breakfast shot.
You have the cool out here saying brunch? That makes it a long day.
Oh, man, no, it's amazing. I'm telling you, when you start it off with John, with shots, I'm telling you, it's the best. You get cinnamon toast punches, green t-shirts. You get just like bottomless mimosas at Bar Louie on Saturdays, it's great. We have a good time, And you start them over. You make them feel like they're going to make it to like midnight, but they're not, because it's the morning time. But it doesn't matter, because they're going to pay the tab before they leave. It's just fine. Whatever.
Something tells me there had to be a tip in it for you.
Yeah. Look, no bullshit. You get 15 people on a table. Everybody takes a shot. It's about at least $10 a shot. That's $150. So that's another $30 tip. That's $30. That's my tip. I said 20%. Okay, that's funny how math works. But
we were just talking
but
about
I am a firm believer in look, everybody in the group takes one shot, and it amplifies it notches the energy level up, and everybody has so much of a good time, so much more of a good time. It's amazing. It really is. Even just one shot takes amongst 15 people. It's amazing. It amps the energy. Everybody's having a great time. Loosened up just a little bit, and the real drinkers start drinking. You turn the floodgates on, they start drinking more. And the lightweights, well, they took their shot, and they're feeling pretty good. So it's good all around, And yeah. And have you ever had 15 drunk girls in a restaurant at brunch?
Yeah, exactly. That's a lot of talking about drinking.
Kind of drives me drinking.
What was it? Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
When we had someone had brought some moonshine.
Oh, it was Christmas. It was Christmas. Yeah, Susie. Oh, happy birthday, Mom.
Oh my goodness, that was some fun stuff.
Yeah, banana pudding. Banana pudding.
Oh man, that's amazing. I'm so proud of you guys. I honestly thought you guys had been drinking out there every single night since this started. Nicole, I don't know. I don't know who it is.
How are y'all finding this stuff out?
I love it. I'm telling you, I can't. I mean, if they let me out of here, I'm coming back to the vigil. I have to. You know what I mean? They're not gonna keep me away. You guys sound like you have so much fun out there. I'm telling you.
So what are you
Great.
saying?
You
We're going
bet.
to swap places, go inside
God bless
to get away
you.
from you?
You have 1 minute remaining.
Oh man, I can't wait to meet you guys and really, really party it up, man. I'm really looking forward to it. You gotta get Jim Jordan to get us out of here, man. Jim Jordan's trying to get us out. So we need to stay on it.
Well, J6 will be Patriots Day, so we'll all get together.
Sure, absolutely. I love you guys. Thank you so much for showing up.
I'm the one who told Nicole that there's already a Patriots Day.
And I have to remind you.
Well, it's not. Listen, I think we ought to move Patriots Day to January.
Is there one already? What is it?
Yes, Patriots Day. A lot of people may not know this, but in New England especially, I do. The Boston Marathon is always ran on Patriots Day.
Okay.
And the I want to say the Boston Red Sox always plays in the morning.
Thank you, Ward.
Well, we'll have a
for the
Patriots
quicker
Steelers game
sticker.
football on Patriots
Thank
Day.
you so much.
Isn't that like postseason?
Patriots.
Thank you for using Global Telling.
Oh, Greta got us.
I want to talk about other things now.
All right. Let's play one song.
That was funny.
In 1814, we took a little trip along the
Should have did the roll. It's getting dark. Cloudier and
bacon
cloudier.
and we took a little beans and we caught the bloody British in a town in New Orleans. We fired our guns and the British kept coming. There wasn't
I'd like to thank you all for coming on here tonight. Hi, Jericho. Hi, Patsy.
down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico.
Here on Foggy. Hashtag Freedom Corner.
On the drum, we stepped so high and they made the bugles ring. We stood beside
Even the out air smells funny. It's got that DC smell on the ground now. It's not floating up in the air.
Once more, they began to run it. On down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Old Hickory said,
Thank you, Cindy.
if we didn't fire, must be
A party bus. I don't like to drink and drive. Somebody else would have to drive.
Well, we fired our guns and the British kept coming. There wasn't
Yeah, we never, we yell out.
Once more, they began to run it. Go down the
I don't
Mississippi
remember
to the
doing
Gulf of Mexico.
Ashley.
Yeah, they ran through the briars and they ran through the brambles and they ran through the bushes where a rabbit couldn't go. They ran so
Thank y'all for being on here.
down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico.
Foggy, Washington, D.C. Hi, Sooner Lady. Oh, you leaving already? I didn't said your name, Sooner Lady.
And when we touched the powder off, the gator lost his mind. We fired our guns and the British kept coming. There wasn't as many as there was a while ago.
That's why I'm driving the bus.
Down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico.
I'll just pull over and sleep in the driver's seat. Oh, I love being here and streaming on hashtag Freedom Corner. Getting really eerie. Maybe we can walk around in the graveyard and maybe we'll see a zombie or something. All right, Cecilia, have a good night. Don't forget to say your prayers. Don't let the Betty bugs bite. IMG. Getting foggier and foggier out. There's a lot of history in there, Barbara, a lot of history.
Today is day 741 of the J6 political hostage crisis. Ashley Babbitt, Roseanne Boylan, Kevin Greason, Benjamin Phillips, Officer Brian Sicknick. Rest in peace.
Amen.
This is a list of those currently incarcerated for the events of January 6th. Thomas Ballard.
Hero.
Joseph Biggs.
Hero.
Tim Boyner.
Hero.
Nicholas Brockhoff.
Hero.
Jeffrey Scott Brown.
Hero.
Jeremy Brown.
Hero.
Alan Byerly.
Hero.
Daniel Caldwell.
Hero.
Jacob Chansley,
Hero.
William Cressman,
Hero.
Cleveland Meredith,
Hero.
Lonnie Kaufman,
Hero.
Mason Corson,
Hero.
Kevin Creek,
Hero.
Lucas Denny,
Hero.
David Dempsey,
Hero.
Charles Donahoe,
Hero.
Robert Flint Fairchild Jr.,
Hero.
Scott Fairlam,
Hero.
Brandon Fellows,
Hero.
Kyle Fitzsimon,
Hero.
Mitchell Gardner,
Hero.
Robert Geishwin,
Hero.
James Grant,
Hero.
Matthew Green,
Hero.
Andrew Griswold,
Hero.
Timothy Hale Cusinelli,
Hero.
Thomas Patrick Hamner,
Hero.
Kenneth Harrelson,
Hero.
Donald Hazard,
Hero.
Albuquerque Head,
Hero.
Brian Jackson,
Hero.
Shane Jenkins,
Hero.
Douglas Jensen,
Hero.
Justin Jersey,
Hero.
Daniel Johnson,
Hero.
Daryl Johnson,
Hero.
Cash Kelly,
Hero.
Josiah Kenyon,
Hero.
Julian Cater,
Hero.
Billy Newton,
Hero.
Matthew Kroll,
Hero.
Jacob Lang,
Hero.
Nicholas Langeran,
Hero.
Mickey Larson Olson,
Hero.
Samuel Lazar,
Hero.
Marcus Malley,
Hero.
Christian Manley,
Hero.
Cody Matisse,
Hero.
James Malt,
Hero.
Mark Mazza,
Hero.
Ronald Maccabee,
Hero.
Patrick McCoffey,
Hero.
James McGrew,
Hero.
Sean McHugh,
Hero.
Jeffrey McKellop,
Hero.
Kelly Meggs,
Hero.
Jonathan Mellis,
Hero.
Garrett Miller,
Hero.
Matthew Ryan Miller,
Hero.
Jordan Mink,
Hero.
Robert Moores,
Hero.
Jonathan Munafo,
Hero.
Marshall Neff,
Hero.
Daryl Neely,
Hero.
Ethan Nordian,
Hero.
William Robert Norwood,
Hero.
Joseph Padilla,
Hero.
Robert Palmer,
Hero.
Dominic Pizzola,
Hero.
Mark Ponder,
Hero.
Scott Pruitt,
Hero.
Christopher Quaglin,
Hero.
Barry Ramey,
Hero.
William Rogan Reed,
Hero.
Guy Reffitt,
Hero.
Zach Reel,
Hero.
Stuart Rhodes,
Hero.
Howard Charles Richardson,
Hero.
J.D. Rivera,
Hero.
Thomas Robertson,
Hero.
Daniel Rodriguez,
Hero.
Greg Rubenacker,
Hero.
Jeffrey Sable,
Hero.
Ryan Samsel,
Hero.
Ronald Sandlin,
Hero.
Salvador Sandoval,
Hero.
Troy Sargent,
Hero.
Peter Schwartz,
Hero.
Christian Sikor,
Hero.
Jeffrey Sills,
Hero.
Barton Shively,
Hero.
Charles Bradford Smith,
Hero.
Peter Stager,
Hero.
Andrew Taki,
Hero.
Enrique Tario,
Hero.
Devlin Thompson,
Hero.
Dustin Thompson,
Hero.
Daniel Warmus,
Hero.
Jessica Watkins,
Hero.
Thomas Webster,
Hero.
Jack Witten,
Hero.
Ricky Chris Wilden,
Hero.
Anthony Williams,
Hero.
Kyle Young,
Hero.
Israel Easterday,
Hero.
Howard Adams,
Hero.
Christopher Georgia, Matthew Parna, Mark Unks. Rest in peace.
Amen.
Thank you to everybody who's come out tonight. Thank you to especially to all of the live streamers. Thank you so much. And I just want to say thank you. Give a big shout out to everyone who's out there joining us by live stream. Please share this out. Share this out every night when you come in. We need to grow the people that we reach in what we do here. So thank you so much for everyone's efforts. Please sing together with us as we sing God Bless the USA.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife, I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. At least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of
Texas.
from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the
All the way.
USA.
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 Woo!
Say her name.
Ashley Babbitt. Ashley Babbitt. Ashley Babbitt.
Ashley Babbitt.
And we'll help them break down.
In the swamp, America, that's why we love them. We the people got us back, you know we stand for something. I was at the Capitol, witness hate in their eyes. I stood on the battlegrounds, that won't catch me inside. Those who with them patriots, they had tears in their eyes. They trying to steal our pride, but yeah, you know we outside. They can never take our freedom, real patriots ride. They can never take our freedom, real Americans ride. I done seen them barricades open and people jumping. I done seen the media police walking right in. They gon' try to lock us down, you know we popping out. 1776, boy, you know we rocking out. People judging people, this is crazy these days. They been shooting, they been rioting for hundreds of days. Patriots, we fed up, we know that we got set up. Who made that phone call? They got that patriot wet up. Ashley Babbitt, yeah, you know we hold you in prayer. Ashley Babbitt, yeah, you know your soul's in the air. Ashley Babbitt, yeah, you know true patriots care. Left your blood up on the battlegrounds like this is fair. At least we make history. Never forget what they did to me. Boy, you know I bounce back on them, won't even say names. They tryna ban me, yeah. I'll make a new page. Children in the swamp, America, that's why we love them. We the people got us back, you know we stand for something. I was at the Capitol, witness hate in their eyes. I stood on the battlegrounds, they won't catch me inside. Those are with them patriots, they had tears in their eyes. They tryna steal our pride, but yeah, you know we outside. They can never take our freedom, real patriots ride. They can never take our freedom, real Americans ride. Yeah. Let's start a patriot party. Yeah, let's start a patriot party. Yeah. R.I.P. to anybody who lost their life at the Capitol, man, January 6th. On both sides, you know. I saw with my own eyes. My feet were out there. I was on the battlegrounds. I was not in no Capitol, though. Never went up in the Capitol. I was just out there seeing it firsthand. I put a lot of time in for Trump. We put a lot of time in for Trump. Truck rallies, boat rallies, patriots stand up. We start a patriot party. Ashley Babbitt, R.I.P. you. God bless you. God bless your family, man. Make Trump president again. You know how we coming. Stand up.
Hey, Brian. You came up. Always late. I can lead a late, buddy.
Walking home from school on a cold winter day, took a shortcut through the woods. I lost my way. It was getting late. I was scared and alone. But then a kind old man took my hand and led me home. Now Mama couldn't see him. Oh, but he was standing there, and I knew in my heart he was the answer to my prayers. Oh, I believe there are angels among us, sent down to us from somewhere up above. They come to you and me in our darkest hour to show us how to live, to teach us how to give, to guide us with a light of love. When all those horrible times had me down on my knees, there's always been someone to come along and comfort me. A kind word from a stranger, when the hell began. A phone call from a friend, just to say I understand. But ain't it kind of funny that the dark end of the road, that someone likes the way it's just the same.
All right, folks, we'll see you all tomorrow. Don't forget to say your prayers. And don't let the Betty bugs bite. Please say prayers for me. It's a little bit too quiet tonight, huh? Nobody yelling. So we'll see you all tomorrow. Same time, same bad channel. Hopefully it won't be as foggy. We'll see you all tomorrow, and God bless.
Hey, strong question. Are you going to be at the trial tomorrow?
Huh?
You going to be at